Hello, this is Dr. Bhupnarayan Dikshit, Assistant Professor English, Department of Higher Education, Government Degree College Banbassa, Champavat, that falls in Uttarakhand. Today we would like to discuss over the term perspective on comparative literature that came into an existence as a reaction against what we know today as national literature. All of us are aware of the fact that by the second half of 18th century in Europe, the feudal order was an state of erosion, and this feudal society was being replaced greatly new entity or new category called nation. This nation was very limited concept because it meant one religion, one region, one race, and one language, one literature, and one culture. In other words, for English, it is to be English as geographical territory. Anglo-Saxon race, Christianity as religion, English language, English literature, and English culture, and national literature. Because of this limitations, because a large source of compartmentalization of societies, and therefore great minds of Europe reaction against it. Goethe of Germany put forward to categorize comparative national literature and world literature. National literature was the literature of one nation, one language. There was an implicit notion of superiority of the literature over others. Europe was changing in the sense that other countries, other societies, their culture, their language were avoidable to Europe through translation we see. Goethe was receiving Sanskrit literature through translation of Abhigyan Shakuntalam, Shahnama from Persia through his student John Akram. Among John Ackerman others we see reading literature from China, Serbia, and so on. He was of firm belief that very soon national literature would be replaced by world literature. The term world literature was stated by John Ackerman, the student and friend of Goethe, on 31st January 1872. Both the term comparative literature and world literature were being used synonymously, but in practice, world literature became a collection of literary masterpieces from different cultures and different literatures. Comparative literature became a methodology on how to study world literature. According to this methodology, one might see today in terms of comparison of themes, thematology, comparative study of literary terms, comparative study of influence, which later on came to be replaced by reactions and comparative study of studying different literary studies by putting them together. This included translation, their comparative studies of literary movements, historiography, critical tradition, and comparative poetics. This methodology was a result of practice of comparative study of literature in Europe. Different countries focused on the particular aspect more than the others. In all countries, different ways of comparing similarities, dimensions, and resemblance were practiced, but different schools came into an existence. French schools of comparative literature focused on study of influence. A writer is influenced by different forces such as economic, social, cultural, and the ideas around the person. These influences the psyche mind of the creative writer, and then they are articulated literary works. The influence came to be a mechanical category. Pupil worked in this area, location, detected about what the author read, with whom the author interacted, and the way that shaped the author's writings. The influence has such kind of influence that one can be influenced. It is found that influence gets more importance than the influencer. Therefore, later on, replaced by reaction. Reaction influences the basic assumption that receiver is more important because everything that they receive from receiver, all of us know that this can be questioned, particularly American School of Comparative Literature. In the fifth decade on, we find that reevaluate focused on it and spoken about crisis of comparative literature 1958 to 59. Second school was German School of Comparative Literature that focused on comparative study of themes, which is known as thematology, and the British school that we know did not on its own put towards the fact that the school, but they may be efforts may be summed up by a term that we knew, placing. What is meant by placing? That two literary works or two literary traditions are placed together that the throw light on each other, that is, one understands on literature or one literary work in the light of other literary work. So, placing helps better understanding of both the facts. Then is that this placing leads to mutual elements of literary works. And what we find is that these three schools led the formation of other schools of practices, comparative schools of practices, literature all over the world, and different chairs of comparative literature students were established all over the world. In New Zealand, in Europe, in America, and countries elsewhere, major breakthrough may be witnessed around 1955 when H.G. Remarks made comparative literature interdisciplinary because he said that comparative literature includes study of not just literatures but other dimensions of knowledge, and those dimensions include architecture, social science, science, and so on. And this gave a new dimension or another dimensions to the methodology of comparative literature that was subsequently followed by the readers of American Association of Comparative Literature and comparative from 1960 onwards is the period of sphere of activity in this domain. Thanks a lot for your kind consideration. Thank you very much.